In Black Hole, we begin by crawling. So before we stand up, we take this journey on the ground, crawling through this space together. And then when we stand up, we're met with a different sense of physicality, where before we can even walk, there's a sense of meeting the elements that are at higher levels. We empower ourselves through standing together, that then creates a bit more lightness inside of our body through the light projection also that is coming from in front of us. Sense of lightness towards going forward. Wow, we're elevating, we're levitating. And this sense of levitation and walking ignites our bodies into a physicality of endurance, of running, of nightlife dancing, this sort of intense physicality, tribal, trance, techno sense of embodiment. And then we come back together into a sense of almost clear presence of standing with each other. And that has a lot to do with the physicality of the power of stillness and how stillness embodies aliveness. As a dancer, working with different companies in different countries around the world, I was the only person of color in my surroundings. So there was a huge sense for me of questioning, why was that the case? Why is that reality? Did I accept that sense of hypervisibility that came with also a sense of alienation through tokenism? It was also my responsibility to further my artistic journey by bringing other people of color and other people within the African diaspora into a shared space where we were not just the only one, but we are part of a totality of something greater than our positioning. And that led me to the formation of Tribe, right? Tribe is a multidisciplinary arts collective. Working with Tribe artists, I was able to really become hugely interested in the power of collaboration and also the power of creating a space for us to be amongst each other, to thrive, to have a space for us to cultivate our practices further. And this space of Tribe too is also like, how do we protect each other, right? Considering the importance of protecting each other. With dance and with my performance, I'm always curious and consider from day one the relationship between dance and the audience, and how do I bridge this gap between us? I think that one of the things that I love about nonverbal communication is that words sort of land us into a point, and the body in nonverbal communication lands us into an area that expands. I think poetry does that as well. And dance for me is also like, how can I approach movement and have it be comparable to the expansiveness of imagination and possibilities like poetry does with words. I hope that when audiences experience my work, that they aren't landed into something specific that I'm trying to tell them to feel. I'm trying to promote feeling, actually, and to provoke thought and to proclaim something about the possibility of liberation through the body and connectivity and coexistence through shared live performance and digital performance experiences. Yeah, I think Black Hole to me there is this void, but this void for me isn't an absence as much as a portal. So I think even with this, this black as a color, it absorbs all other colors, right? That's what it does. So for me, it's not an emptiness or a void, but it's an embodying and a potential of huge embodiment of colorfulness. So I think that colorfulness to me that is encompassed inside of blackness connects me to an ancestral lineage, right? It's like going through portals. Are we able to go back in time and rediscover what was once there that was more potent and pronounced? And how do we bring that forward to now? So I think, with Black Hole's Afrofuturism, blackness and as a colorful possibility and not a void. It's connected to ancestry. It's connected to our environment now. And by environment, I mean the environments inside of our physical bodies, as well as in our physical environment. It's nature, Mother Nature, as well as our connection to space. So it's this sort of power of three. In 2016, I moved to Brazil to create the second work in my Black series triptych, which is called Black Velvet. The work premiered in November 2016, Black Velvet. At the time of November 2016, it was also Trump's first election as president of the United States. That fucked me up. I cried a lot. And when I was crying out of disappointment and outrage by these results, in reality, at the time, one of my Brazilian collaborators said to me, "Welcome to our world," because they had also had a huge political issues with the government in Brazil as well. And this thing of welcome to our world made me realize, did I want to be a part of this world? Like, was this reality? Is there room for me and space for me for further imaginative possibilities in reality? So those questions led me to the cosmos, led me to space, and led me to black holes, which has the strongest gravitational force in space, which means that everything in a black hole's axis gets swallowed and condensed into its core. But as an artist, I thought, well, where does all of this matter that gets swallowed and condensed into its core, where does it go? Because science doesn't know either. It's a mystery. And I thought, how fabulous that it's a mysterious phenomenon. That started to make me consider the potential portal through black holes, which can lead towards another re-entry, another reimagining, another rebirth of one that is based in creating space for artists of color and collaborators to be amongst each other and to rebuild something that is of empowerment and communal potential, of coexistence and regeneration.